Hey, uninterrupted, dedicated photo sessions are really special. Like when you can carve out a day and go to a location and shoot some landscape. Or when you find an interesting looking model and you can book a photo session with this model and really concentrate on photography. But at least to me, those are fairly rare occasions. And if those sessions were the only time I would take photographs, I'd take hardly any. So I needed to somehow integrate photography into my everyday life and use, fragments of time to take pictures and look around and, when the opportunity comes, be ready. So I thought I'm gonna share you some of my very simple and modest tricks of how do I integrate photography into my everyday life. So first of all, I've got a dog, Cookie, and I take him out at least once a day, sometimes twice a day, depends on how we share the workload with my wife. And more often than not, I have a camera with me. And then I take pictures of Cookie. So that gives me an opportunity almost every day to take a few pictures if I so choose. Then another trick is that I have a cheap camera in my car and I leave it there and a couple of rolls of HP 5+. Let me show you what I mean. So here I have a Holga. It's a cheap plastic camera, but it takes awesome pictures and it's always with me wherever I go and I take pictures like this. And then with the car, like when I need to go somewhere for work, typically, sometimes I take a better camera with me. And then my trick is to leave 10 minutes earlier. Because, there may be something to photograph. Here's a good example. I went to a town of Jyväskylä. It's about an hour and a half north from here. And I left 10 minutes early in the morning, and I saw this opportunity for a short photo shoot. And then coming back, the same trip. I saw another photo opportunity along the same road and I took these pictures. Hey, it probably took me no more than 10 minutes combined to take those pictures. Like first going there early in the morning, those foggy pictures, and then coming back home, those, you always have 10 minutes. One more trick that I have is this bag, this pack bag that I stole from my daughter. And this is pretty much my bag wherever I go. It has everything I need for my daily routines. Here I got a notebook. I got my laptop. And I got some film, I got a Holga, some more film. Now I got a Hasselblad with a 50mm Distagon. And it all fits into this bag. And the trick is to have one of these removable, I don't know how they call these, camera pockets that you can mold and change the way you want so that it, can carry all your loads. So I take this one with me wherever I go. So the other day I had a meeting downtown and I took public transportation. So once again, that was a photo opportunity. And then whenever I go downtown, I have a camera on me and there are a couple of spots that I take a lot of pictures and I cross those same streets pretty much on a daily basis. And then I take pictures like this. So the trick is that you have your camera on you. Like I go to a shopping mall and I might take a few pictures. A few years ago, Christmas time, we went to a Christmas mass and the church was fully packed, so we needed to go to a front row. And even there I took a picture. I actually sent a copy of that picture to the priest and he seemed happy, so I guess no harm done. So it's a matter of finding the opportunity. Like my daughter was visiting us the other day and she was just in our kitchen and I once again saw this gorgeous light, coming from the kitchen window. I grabbed a camera, took a picture. No more than 30 seconds photo session. Now, COVID-19 taught me, and I guess a lot of us, a new way to work. So we work much more from home, at least I do. I have several meetings and there are days when I don't leave my home. I can do everything I need to do from home. So that means that I'm sitting in the phone conferences and video meetings, and even then I take a few pictures. These two pictures were taken during a Zoom conference. Hey, but there are also some challenges when you take pictures like this every now and then, here and there. It's more opportunistic, there's less room for planning. And then it may be more difficult to come up with a solid body of work, like multiple pictures that belong together. Unless you go to the same locations over and over again. But at least to me, this produces more like random individual pictures that it's sometimes difficult to make anything combining them or anything solid out of them. But to be ready, it's really important to me. And there is one more aspect, one more readiness. I think it's even more important than thinking about your gear. And it's the state of mind. I constantly look at my surroundings thinking about photography, almost subconsciously. And I'm looking at that landscape and thinking about what would it look like through my Hasselblad. I know I've got a Hasselblad in my bag. What would that look like? Or what would she look like? How would that portrait turn out to be if I asked to take a portrait of her with my hologram, now that I have that in my backpack? So I think about that, and it also gives me this enjoyment of almost like taking photographs all the time, even if I don't press the shutter. Even everyday things and pretty everyday normal surroundings look interesting if you think about them as photo opportunities. And then every now and then they are actually pretty amazing cases to take photographs, even better than those where you go on purpose for a photo session. So gear-wise, you gotta be ready, and then mentally you gotta be ready. And it's not even important to take photographs. Like we went on a hike with my wife just last Sunday, a gorgeous Sunday day, and I took a camera with me. And I look at the forest and the lakes as if I would be taking photographs. And I had a camera on me, but I didn't take a single picture. And I don't consider that trip, that hiking trip, a failure from the photography point of view. Because I look at my surroundings from that perspective, and that already gave me a tremendous pleasure and enjoyment. In addition to a marvelous hike, and that's good for my body and not only for my mind. And yeah, hey, thanks for watching. It was like this time, next time something else. See you around.